Today, we are joined by Motsi DC Mojapelo, who is a wellness and breathwork practitioner, a sound bath facilitator, and a personal trainer. Her work is focused on helping people reconnect with their bodies, minds, and inner balance. She has a deep passion for intentional living and self-development, where she creates transformative wellness experiences that encourage people to slow down, reset, and grow. Welcome to an all-new episode of The Safe Place to Land. This is where mental and emotional wellness meets God's love. And we're bringing you a new episode today. We are still continuing with our theme of reparenting yourself. And today we are going to be talking about wellness. That includes mental and emotional wellness. And we have a lovely guest today who's going to be guiding us through the conversation. I think this is a needed conversation, Motsi DC, because I think as Black people growing up in our African families, emotional wellness is not really prioritized. And this conversation is going to help us to reparent ourselves in that aspect. In order to fully enjoy this life experience, we need to also have these conversations where we are embracing mental and emotional conversations. So I'm excited to have you today, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and it's just this conversation, this is something I've been trying to do for 2 years now. Getting people to be comfortable talking about mental and emotional conversations, to get people to understand that emotions are okay.
Yeah.
We are allowed to have them. They were created by God, and we have to learn how to present them in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Because I think the issue is emotions cannot be trusted. Emotions are bad. Emotions get you to do things that are bad. So that's why the conversation has been avoid them altogether. So now we are going to learn how to actually embrace them for what they are and process them in a healthy way, because they need to be processed.
They need to be processed. I agree with you.
You are in the wellness space. You run a company, right?
Yes.
That deals with mental and emotional wellness. This is what you've dedicated your life to, which is wellness. Now tell us, what is wellness?
I would say wellness is living with intention, working on your mental health, which like that will be your mind, working on your body, working on your spirit, and just making sure that you are in alignment with who you are at your core, like authentically. Yeah, that's how I would define wellness. I would say wellness is being whole, being grounded, and being true to yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, being whole. Okay. I think a lot of people listening at home are thinking and they are assuming that they are whole. They are complete in who they are, but they've never really tapped onto their mental and emotional wellness, side.
Yeah.
So what does it actually involve? Maybe you can give us examples of the things that you do when it comes to wellness.
Okay, so wellness, as I said, it can involve your mind, your body, and your spirit. So regarding your mind, you can do different practices that fosters well-being in that category, your mind. So things like breath work, meditation, they will help you with your mind. And then when you look at the body, we are looking at practices like exercising, whether taking a walk or going to the gym. That's you looking at your physical health, your body, and taking care of that aspect of wellness. And then when it comes to your spirit, we've got different religions. Some people are Christians, some are Buddhists, some are Hindu. So it's doing those practices like praying, meditating on the word, and making sure that you read the Bible, you praise, that will be your spiritual aspect of wellness. So yeah, that's what we look at when we say wellness holistically. We look at everything in those three. Yeah.
And I want to really focus on this because this is something I've done with you. You led me through a session of a sound bath. Yeah. And you guys, I really enjoyed it. I think at first I wasn't sure what to expect.
Yeah.
But as a person who's really dedicated my life into learning more about wellness and emotional health, I really enjoyed it. We started with doing breath work.
Journaling. We started with journaling.
Oh, we started with journaling. Yes, we started with journaling. And we moved on to doing breath work.
Yes.
And then I don't know what happened after. I fell asleep. So let's talk more about a sound bath, because I think a lot of people have heard it. Some have never heard it. Like, what is a sound bath and why should a person consider it?
Okay, so sound bath, when I say sound bath, people think you're literally going to bath.
And it's weird because it's like sound bath. Like how, yeah.
Okay, so sound bath is a meditative experience where we play instruments that have frequencies that are able to heal your body and put you in a meditative state. So most of the time, our minds, we are either living in the past or we are living in the future. So during sound bath, it helps your mind to be present and to just switch off a bit for that moment. So yeah, that's what it is. And from the crystal bowls, the instruments that we use for sound bath, those frequencies go through your cellular level to help you heal, release emotions that are stored in your body, to also help you relax. It helps with sleeping for those people that struggle with sleep. It also helps to just clear blockages in your body. Yeah.
I think if I can explain it to people listening at home, yeah. What I found to be weird was my body vibrating when we're doing the breathing exercises.
Yeah.
Like, what was that?
Okay. So I don't know if you've heard a saying that says your body keeps scores.
Oh, yes, I have.
Yeah. So whatever that you go through, your body will keep the score. Have you ever found yourself in an environment where maybe it used to be a toxic environment for you? When you go back to that place, you will feel it in your body, like your sensations. It's either your chest will be tight, or you'll feel it in your tummy. Your tummy will start grumbling. So that's how the body keeps scores. Yeah. Keep score. Mm-hmm. So what happens during breath work is that those emotions that were unprocessed gets released through the breath work that we do. So the stored trauma, most of the time our emotions are stored here in our hips. So it gets released. So that's why you see yourself shaking, and especially your legs. That's those emotions getting released in your body. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So from the vibration that I experienced during the breath work, then we moved on to the actual sounds.
Yes.
Where you were, because I remember that part, where you were playing the instruments.
Yes.
And as you were doing that, I also felt vibrations again. And then I was gone. I fell asleep completely.
Yeah.
Asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. So most of the time, I think people don't rest. Even when we sleep, we are not in deep sleep.
True.
You are asleep, but you can still feel everything that's happening around you.
That's me.
Yeah. That's because of how stressed our bodies are and how we also live in our heads. So with the sound bath, it helps us to switch off. So you practically switch off and your body is able to rest. So the 30-minute nap feels like when you wake up, it feels like you've been sleeping for like hours, 8 hours of sleep. It also shows you how much we need rest and we don't listen to our bodies.
Because I remember when I woke up, I was like, yeah, you ngambula. I was out of it, you guys. But afterwards, I started to feel a bit more lighter. I would recommend it for someone who struggles. Because for me, when it comes to stress is first going to show up in my sleep. I'm going to struggle to sleep. And then it's going to show up in how easily frustrated I get. And then from there, I become forgetful. I forget, simple things that I would normally remember. And obviously, all of those things are a result of not getting enough sleep. Possibly. So if someone is really struggling with sleep, and it doesn't have to be uyathakathwa. It's probably just things that you are experiencing as a human being. And so a sound bath, I would recommend it because I enjoyed that part of just fully falling asleep.
The most important thing is being able to regulate your nervous system, which is something we struggle with. We can't regulate our nervous systems.
Most of us don't even know that we have a nervous system that carries everything that we've experienced. We don't even know.
So things like sound baths and breath work, they help with regulating our nervous systems. And then when our nervous systems are regulated, we show up better because we can deal with stress without being reactive and just being present without overthinking about the past or thinking about the future, just being in the moment and being fully present.
And another component that you mentioned also when you were describing wellness is meditation. I think a lot of people, Christians, we've heard about meditations. We are told to meditate in the word of God, but we know that it's not only for Christians. Many religions, different religions do practice.
Most people overthink meditation. They think, I mustn't think. I must not have any thoughts. My mind must just be empty. And that is not possible. Meditation is simply being aware and acknowledging whatever that comes up in your mind. So meditation, I would say, is focusing on one thing, whether be it your breath. You can focus on your breath, just simply breathe and feel yourself breathing, being aware of your breath, how it moves from your belly to your chest, how the movement, the temperature of your breath in your nose. It can be you focusing on that, or it can simply be you looking at this flower and focusing on the petals, so the texture, and like fully giving it attention and not thinking about anything else but this one thing. And what happens during meditation is that thoughts will come up. You'll probably think of your son. You're like, I hope he's good.
You know what would happen to me? I would think of the fact that I'm not supposed to be thinking.
Yes, that happens a lot. You're like, am I thinking? Now you're judging yourself. The other thing that's important when it comes to meditation is to observe without judgment. So when you observe, if thoughts come, you're thinking of something else not related to this flower that you're meditating on, you simply acknowledge the thought and come back to the flower. That's what it is. I think most of the time we judge ourselves, we judge our thoughts, whereas we can just acknowledge the thought and focus on what we were meditating on. It also fosters mindfulness. Yes.
So is there like a process that a person can go through when they are attempting to meditate? Because it's not something that can easily be done.
I would recommend anything from 3 to 5 minutes for a start, because also you don't want to overwhelm yourself. So 3 to 5 minutes. You can start off with just breathing and focusing on your breath, just taking deep breaths inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, and just observe how the breath goes or the air you breathe goes through your body, just for that 3 minutes. And when thoughts come, simply acknowledge the thought and let it go.
Yeah. And it's also important to give yourself grace, just as you said. We do struggle because once you've put it into your mind that, okay, I want to start meditation, now you all of a sudden want to be perfect in it. Something that you are just starting. You want to be perfect. You want to be meditating for 30 minutes or whatever. Just give yourself grace through the process to say, okay, I tried today for 1 minute and then maybe my mind wandered off, but then let me try again tomorrow. Just give it time and give yourself grace. Allow yourself to just, learn as you go.
Or you can do, if you feel like breathing, that's a bit too much for you, you can simply meditate while washing your dishes. I think sometimes we want to distract ourselves so much. When you wash dishes, you want to watch something or listen to something. When you meditate while washing dishes, that will be you feeling the temperature of the water that you're using, the soapy water in your hands. How does it feel? Observe the dirt as it's coming off from the dish, whatever dish that you'll be washing, and rinsing it. The temperature of that water, putting it back, wiping them. So that's just you focusing on that one thing. And
so meditation is about being present.
Yes.
The same as mindfulness.
Yes.
Being present.
Being present. Being present. That's what it is.
Oh, it's not about repeating scriptures over and over again in your head. That's what I thought it was about.
No.
When I was like very much into
you
religion.
Meditating on the word and reading it over and over again. You are just focusing on that one thing. You're reading it over and over again. You are being present in terms of reading that word,
so
like in that moment in time.
Being present.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that sounds much better.
Yeah.
I think people can now relate to that.
Yeah.
You're making it easy now.
We overthink it. Yeah. We overthink it.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, let's move on now to another part that I love so much, which is another component of wellness. Journaling.
Yeah.
I love journaling. I think for me, it has been a way of releasing my emotions and finding safety in expressing everything that I'm feeling, because I'm not expressing it to anyone else, but I'm expressing it to myself. But it's easy for me because I'm a writer anyway. I love writing.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the benefits of people learning to journal?
Journaling, when you journal, you stop living in your head. Writing your thoughts down, you are able to see what you think and process it. It helps with dealing with your emotions. You're able to regulate your nervous system through journaling. That's actually another way of regulating your nervous system. Yeah.
So by translating what you are thinking and what you are feeling to a pen and paper, you are able to release those emotions, which you would normally choose to keep them bottled up because you're not comfortable with expressing them to other people.
Yes, but in order for you to release them, you have to ask yourself questions and go deeper and be honest. I mean, if it's just your journal and your pen, there's nothing to overthink, or like no one will look at your journal. Yes. So you have to go as deep as you can in order for you to be aware of whatever that you'll be feeling. I think sometimes some people, you can journal for the sake of journaling and not go deep in terms of what you feel. But if you allow yourself to go deep in it, ask yourself questions. Why am I feeling this way? Where does this come from? And then you are able to process your emotions.
Yeah. Okay. And there's also reading, which I think we both love.
Yeah.
But if I were to be honest, because, in this space, this is a safe space to be honest. When it comes to reading, I do feel like a lot of people struggle to start reading. Like, where can a person start?
Okay. So I would say take it like exercising. If I were to say to you, Zanele, I want you to run Comrade Marathon.
Never.
That would be exactly. That's a lot. That sounds like a lot, right? But if I were to say to you, you're going to start off by walk 5 kilometers 3 times a week.
I can do that.
That's
easily
doable, right? And then you'll slowly build it up. By next month, you'll be running 10 kilometers or jogging. By the other month, you'll be doing
because the body gets stronger.
Yes,
it happens naturally.
Yes.
You're not doing anything. You are just starting an activity, which is walking, which is something you haven't been doing before.
Yes.
But the more you do it, the body adapts and it gets stronger and it wants more. Then you start jogging.
Yes.
Then from jogging, you will move on to running. And then you
before you know it, you'll be a marathon runner.
Hey, I'm coming.
So reading is the same thing. I think people, like, once they see a book,
can be overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming, especially if it's a big book.
Yeah.
It can be really overwhelming. They're like, I need to finish this. You don't have to finish it in one day. Yes. All you can do is, to start off, read a page a day.
Yeah.
You just have to be consistent to say, I'm just going to read a page a day.
Yeah.
This week, or for 2 weeks, I'm reading a page a day.
Yeah.
The next coming week, you're reading 5 pages a day. So it's a muscle that you build. The more you read, that muscle gets built and it gets stronger. And then you'll be a fast reader as you go. So then before you know it, you'll finish that book. You just have to eat it in small chunks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because people can read.
Yes.
People are reading on a daily basis.
Yes.
Many people are on WhatsApp, they're on Facebook, and all of those things are written communication.
Yes.
So they can read. You can read at home.
Yeah.
So if you are able to read WhatsApp, maybe a person will finish like a chapter of a book in WhatsApp messages a day.
Yes.
So if you can read on WhatsApp, then you translate that to a book and you say, okay, maybe let me find a book on a subject that I'm really interested in. I would recommend start with something that you're really interested in. Don't say
that's important.
Yeah, don't say I heard Zanele talking about New Earth, Eckhart Tolle. Let me go and buy it. No. Start with something that you are interested in finding more information about or in learning more about. Maybe start with that chapter in a book where you find most interesting. And then from that chapter, you will layer onto other chapters.
Yes.
Because now you're like, oh, this is really interesting. Now you want to find out more. And then you will continue to read. It doesn't have to be something. Because I remember when I used to think of reading, I would be so overwhelmed and I would think to myself, oh my God, I have to finish this book in a day. I have to finish this book in a week. People are reading books and they are finishing them in a week. I have to do that also. But I realized as I started reading is that and sometimes you can read a chapter and you don't understand what it's saying. You just simply don't understand
it. Read for the sake of reading.
And also it's maybe the content is overwhelming.
It doesn't relate with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes the content in a book may challenge you and you may need to say, okay, I'm going to come back and read this again.
Yeah.
Which is what I've been doing with Eckhart Tolle.
Oh, New Earth. The New Earth. Oh, that was one of the most difficult books.
Yeah, it was.
For me I've read. Well. I think when I first read it, I wasn't ready for it. I couldn't comprehend the book.
Yes.
That's actually one of my favorite books.
This is the book we are talking about, you guys. I'm not saying go and buy this book.
Yeah.
I think if you are starting out your reading journey, find something that is easier for you.
Yeah, no, this is definitely not an easy read.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an easy read unless you are ready for it. Yeah. So for me, I struggled. The first time, I think I read it a couple of years ago in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And then I put it back. I think I read like 3 chapters. I put it back and I only read it in 2024. That's when I started it again and finished the book.
Yes.
Oh, and what an amazing book. What an amazing book.
But yeah, there's many chapters where I've written, if you can look at my book, I've written read again. Because I realized as I was reading through, I really don't understand what he's saying now. This is just too much information for me. And so, so you take that time out, you guys. If you're reading through a book and you're feeling like, okay, this is overwhelming, I'm not understanding what the author is trying to say here, don't just toss the book away. Say to yourself, I'm going to come back to this chapter and read again. Give yourself time.
I also think consistency helps with reading more. Like you'll then, if you're consistent, you'll become a better reader because you do it every day.
Yeah.
But
I think it goes back to you when you first defined wellness. It's a person deciding for themselves to say, I'm taking this seriously. I'm working on my mental and emotional health, and reading is a huge part of it. I've never met anyone who's spoken about getting into a healthy place emotionally and mentally who doesn't read. It's a huge part of wellness.
Yes. I would say also wellness is like an everyday practice. You have to be intentional. That's why I said you have to be intentional. So with reading as well, you have to be intentional to say, I'm just going to read a page a day or 5 pages a day. And you'll become a better reader.
I think, as you're talking now, I want to go back because there's a lot of people who may be listening to us, but they still do not comprehend the benefits of wellness, of taking care of their mental health, of understanding their emotional well-being. What would you say are the benefits of really investing in yourself mentally and emotionally?
I think physically, that's easy. We all want to look good. From the outside. We want to be seen looking good. People go to the gym. People dress well. People take care of themselves.
We change our hairstyles.
Yes. And then when it comes to the emotional part, which I think it's the hardest, and people generally don't put in the work when it comes to that. But it's very important because that's how you show up. Like it's who you show up as emotionally, right? How you interact with people, your relationships with people stems from the emotional well-being you have. I would say it's very important to work on your emotions, and it's beneficial because you'll have better relationships, not just with the people around you, but with yourself as well. Being able to regulate your nervous system is to not react when someone acts out or when you get taken over by your emotions. What's making you emotional?
I think as you're explaining, my mind is going back to what led me to a place of pursuing mental and emotional wellness. It was tough, when you can no longer identify with yourself, because your reactions are not the person that you want to be, or your behaviors are not the person that you want to be. I think for me, going through that in my marriage, finding myself reacting to situations in a very toxic way, possibly even abusive. I would look at it and say, this is an abusive person, and you feel justified, for a long time, you feel justified and you say, I'm defending myself. This person is doing this, so I'm allowed to respond or react in that way. And it was an incident that really pushed me to a space of saying, I need to do something about this. This is not normal. This is not okay. I should not be behaving like this. I should not be, reacting like this to my husband. What can be done here?
Yeah.
So, I need help at this point. And I think that's when I started my journey. And it has led me to a journey of self-discovery. It has led me to a person who's able to cut my hair.
Yeah. You know what they say, when a woman cuts her hair, she's about to change her life.
I remember a time in my life where I would never cut my hair.
Yeah.
And I would even look at other women who have short hair, and I would be like, very judgmental towards them. And through investing in myself, relearning who I am, learning to love myself, dealing with my attachment issues, my abandonment issues, I have become this version of myself that I never saw. I never even thought existed before.
Yeah.
So I think this is just a life story to tell people why they should really invest in their emotional and mental health.
Yes, I think emotions are very important, like you're saying. As you grow, you are told to stop doing this or to behave a certain way.
To suppress your
emotions. To say, hey, don't cry. It's wrong. Kalelan, yes. And then you learn not to express yourself.
Yes.
Or you learn other ways to deal with your parents, to say, okay, my parents are not giving me attention when I voice out. Then if I then throw things like in the house, then if as a child that was how you would get attention from your parents, by throwing things around, and then that's the only time your parents would give you attention. You will grow up with that. And that was just a coping skill that you've learned, coping mechanism that you've learned as a child. As you grow up with that, and you become that adult.
That's what you identify with.
Yes, that's the language you understand, to say, okay, if I need attention and I'm talking to this person and they don't give me attention, I will throw things around. I will
tantrums.
Yeah,
me. That's me. That was me.
So that's just you seeking that attention. But now as an adult, that doesn't serve you anymore. And I think as individuals, we don't realize that those things were formed based on survival, us wanting to survive. But as an adult, you have the mind to know what is wrong and what is right. And because that no longer serves the adult that you are and the ultimate person you'd like to become, you now have to stop doing those things.
Yeah.
All right. And stopping, it doesn't just happen.
It doesn't.
It requires awareness. You first have to be aware. Like you said, you were aware to say, oh no, I don't like the type of person that I am right now, to my husband. You have to be aware. So awareness is very important. So you becoming aware is the very first step you can take to become a better version of yourself, to work on your emotions so that you can show up as who you authentically are at your core.
Self-discovery.
Yes, and self-discovery. Oh. What an amazing journey. What a beautiful journey. Messy though. It can be messy.
But I promise you,
there's
nothing better in this life.
Yes.
Because it makes everything else that makes up who a human being is, it makes it make sense.
Sure.
And you are able to handle it. You can go through the most traumatic experiences in your life, but you now have learned how to process it in a healthy way.
Yes.
You don't need to be screaming and shouting at people, because screaming and shouting at people doesn't change anyone. And you are not here to try and change people.
True.
You are here to live a life that is full of love for yourself first, so that you can translate it onto other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's self-discovery. Like, that is the best
That's
investment you
life-changing.
can ever make in this life.
I agree with you.
Discovering who you really are.
Yeah. Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Me.
Yes.
Okay, you're asking me a question.
Yes.
Okay. Who am I?
Who did you discover yourself to be?
Oh man. Wow. Okay. I'm going in. I'm creative. I am adventurous.
Beautiful.
I'm loving. I'm empathetic. I'm strong. I'm assertive. I'm confident. Still working on that in some areas, but yeah, I'm not where I used to be. And I'm beautiful.
You are.
Yeah, that's just what I can name right now. There's a lot more to me.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, this is what I've discovered so far.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So yeah, oh my God. Okay, this conversation is making me feel all the feels, emotional and all of that. Let's talk about setting and having emotional wellness goals. You know, beginning of the year, everyone is talking about setting goals. And usually people are talking about physical goals.
Yeah.
And physical goals, we are talking about, you know, those goals that can be seen by others. External validation, external reward, and all of those things. Buying a car, buying a house, you know, losing weight. All of those things are things that people can see. But when we talk about now these emotional or intrinsic goals, these are goals that you set for yourself.
Yes.
Goals that come with self-actualization, that come with personal growth and, you know, investing in yourself as a person, which is what we are talking about today. So what is the importance of setting these goals as opposed to the physical goals?
Okay. It's important for both to set these goals, but I think for emotional goals helps, like, it's very important because these are the goals that only known by you.
Yes.
Like, we can't really say, when I look at you from the outside, if you haven't told me your emotional goals, I wouldn't know if you've achieved your goals or not. These are important because they affect how we show up as individuals and how we relate and react with other people. Yes. So goals like setting boundaries, that can be a goal. Being able to set boundaries. This is mostly for people pleasers. I used to be a people pleaser. I used to do people pleasing a lot. But that has improved because I now set boundaries to say, okay, if you overstep this boundary, then I'm not doing this. Then that helps to protect you. It can be a goal of choosing not to react instead of reacting. Like, if someone was to lash out on me, scream at me, if your nervous system is not regulated, your response would be lashing out as well and reacting the same way that the other person is reacting towards you. So having a goal, my emotional goal will then be, no, I want to be less reactive, so that when someone lashes out, I'm just calm and I see them. I see them and acknowledge them. I don't have to react to be heard. Yeah. I think we think reaction equals being heard or being seen. You can still be calm, not react, but still make your point come across.
I think that for a person like me who used to react, and I think when there's action, you think that you are justified to react. You think that however you react, then the person deserves it because they did something, But I think when I started my journey, the first thing that I remember those counselors told me was, you have the right, or you have the ability to not react, but to respond. I think it was the first time I was ever told that.
Yeah.
That I can choose whether I react to a situation or whether I respond.
Yes.
And responding means that you are aware. It requires awareness.
Yes.
But reacting, you just jump.
Yeah.
When if there was a snake here and it was biting me, I would just react and jump, But then when you respond, you actually think about the situation. You calm yourself down, and then you decide what is the best course for me to take in response to what is happening right now. So that changed my life, just knowing that I don't have to react. And that I'm responsible for my reactions.
Yeah.
Because I used to blame it on the person. I'm like, you deserved it because you did this.
Yeah.
But then I had to learn that I'm responsible for my reactions.
Yeah.
I can't say it's on the person. It's on me. I'm the one who reacted this way.
Yes.
So, yeah, what you are saying, you are reminding me of that.
I think we do that a lot. As people, we like being in control so much. That's why it's so easy to blame the next person.
Yes.
One of the things that led to my self-discovery journey, I once came across a quote that says, if you want to change the world, you have to change yourself. That changed how I think. I think for the longest time, I would always blame the people around me that you did this to me. You did this to me, or you didn't do this to me. I'm always giving. I'm not receiving back, without realizing that I was also playing a role in that. And that just changed how I see life and how I show up. And it just made me want to become a better person for myself.
Yeah.
And it affects those around you.
Yeah. And I think also when it comes to people usually going for physical goals, and this is something that I've done. I'm not going to take myself out of the situation. I've done it. When it comes to goals, you always think of the physical stuff first. It's this fear of not being successful. Because when you have these physical things, then they validate you. Then they show other people that you are responsible, you are good enough. I think that's the key. You are good enough. We are chasing that feeling of being good enough. But with these external things, it is never enough. That's the unfortunate part.
No, it starts within. Whatever, everything. If you don't feel whole as a person by yourself, there's nothing that you'll do that will make you feel like a whole person.
But then the lie is that I get this car, then I feel good.
You'll feel good, yes. Or after
for a month.
For a month or the first day, you will feel good for that moment.
Yeah.
But because you are not happy within yourself, I think, especially when it comes to happiness, things like happiness, peace, we chase these things and love. We chase these things so much from the outside. We want a partner that will love. I want a partner that will love me.
Yeah.
I want a partner that will give me peace. But if I don't have those things within myself, the next person can't fulfill that in me.
Yes, true.
That's one of the things that I've learned through my self-discovery journey, to say, if I'm feeling whole and I'm whole as a person, you also, the other thing is that you will attract based on what you are or who you are.
Your energy.
Yes.
They attract each other.
True. Yeah. So if I'm whole, I feel whole. It's easy to recognize another person who's whole.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you don't do the work for healing, like you're healing your childhood wounds, then you will attract that.
Yes. Those are attachment styles.
Yes. Also, the people we are with, be it friends, be it your work, people in your colleagues, relationships, the people in your life, they are a mirror to you.
Yes.
That's why you see most of the time, as someone who's shy, who's to myself, who doesn't have confidence, like low self-esteem, I'm attracted to this person who has the things that I feel I need.
Oh,
yes. So the attraction is also based on that.
No, that's true.
And they will mirror you because they will tell you how not good enough you are. You know,
what you are saying rings true to me, because that's exactly what my marriage was. The basis of our getting together, me and my husband, was about. I was very insecure at that time. I had abandonment issues. I was not the woman that I am today. And I saw my husband, I saw this very confident, like, person. Like, he would talk to anyone. He never shied out away from any conversation, from any situation. So that I really found that to be attractive. Oh,
yes. So we are.
That's what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We are a mirror to ourselves. And if, let's say, you complain, let's say you're in a relationship and you complain that, oh, my person is not there for me emotionally. They're just emotionally unavailable.
Yes.
Most of the time, because we grew up in households where our mothers or your dad was not emotionally present.
Yes.
And that's what you know.
It feels familiar.
It feels familiar. Our minds are wired to want familiarity. So you will want something that's familiar, even if it doesn't feel, even if it's wrong.
Even if it's not good for you.
Even if it's not good for you. Like, you find people that are in abusive relationships. Yeah. You find someone saying, I'm always attracted to people that are abusive. And if you take that person and give them and put them or match them with someone who's whole,
they don't find
feel
them
loved.
attractive.
Yes, they don't feel loved. They're like, oh, this guy is boring. He doesn't have that thing, you know. But because your nervous system is used to the chaotic,
to the distraction,
the chaotic life, when something is healthy and it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
Once what's familiar.
True.
Yeah. So we are our relationships mirror what we lack or what we want. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So maybe sometimes it's an invitation to love yourself more.
Yes.
To pour into yourself.
Yes. Yeah. And also to understand, I think if you are interested in what we've just talked about, this is explained more. There's books about attachment styles that can really help you to understand your attachment style. I mean, I know mine now.
What's your attachment style?
It's anxious.
Okay.
It's an anxious attachment style.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I come from. For me, anxiety is always roaming around the room.
Yeah.
And I can remember incidents.
You want to be validated, like consistently.
Exactly. I want to be validated. I want to feel like I'm good enough. And the struggle then, which is not what I struggle with now, because now I know that I'm good enough within myself. I don't need an external validation. So when you move to a secure attachment style, those are things that you start to learn and accept and believe for yourself. So maybe learning more about attachment styles, you guys. I think that's a good investment when it comes to self-discovery.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It'll also, it'll make your relationships better.
Yes.
You show up differently because you understand why you act the way you act or show up the way you show up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, okay, this has been a conversation. Like, we are going on and I can't even stop because I love having this type of conversations. For me, this is how I connect to people now. I want to know and the true you, not who you appear to be. So thank you so much for having this conversation with us. So I think let's go back to what you do, the Mint Health and Wellness.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. What is it that you do? What do you offer?
Okay. So Mint Health and Wellness, it's a holistic wellness company. We offer breath work. We also do sound bath healing. We also do personal training for physical health. And we have athleisure wear.
Hey, personal training. You guys, I'm not going to ask her to stand up because it shows. It shows that you are putting in the effort to take care of your body.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Sorry, I interrupted you. Continue.
Yes. So that's what mental health and wellness is all about. We curate spaces for healing and helping people heal their nervous system and returning back to themselves, returning to who
you were created to be.
Yes, who we are created to be, like who we are at the core.
Yeah. And we all want to find that.
Yes.
We have to find it in this lifetime.
We have to.
Let's not wait for heaven. We can find it here in this lifetime. Finding your true self and your true nature and living from that truth. It's available for everyone.
It's a game changer.
It's a game changer. So where can people find you?
I'm on all social media platforms. On Instagram, it's Mental Health and Wellness. On Facebook as well. And on Threads, Mental Health and Wellness.
Okay.
We also have like our Mint Sanctuary. Under Mint Sanctuary, that's where we have the breathwork and the sound bath. And then we have Mint at Leisure. That's for the apparel, gym apparel.
Which you are wearing now?
Yes. Which I'm wearing now. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where you'll
find us. And you do offer like private sessions, right?
Yes. I offer private sessions, corporate. We also host events for wellness retreats, things like wellness retreats.
Yeah. So I truly recommend the sound bath, you guys. I really enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll do it again. I want to do it again because I've never slept like that in my life. I woke up and I said, you could have taken all of my furniture. I wouldn't have known because I was just in such a deep sleep. I think as someone who struggles with sleep, I needed that so much. And so thank you for making the time to come and have this conversation with us.
Thank you for having me.
Any last words? Anything you want to share with the people?
Okay. I would say invest in yourself. Invest in yourself, work on yourself. It will help you to become a better person for you and for those that are around you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what life is about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't forget to be present and just breathe. I think we live in our heads so much. Always thinking about the past.
What do I need to do, you know, to get to this space, or what has happened to me? This is why I'm like this. Yeah, it's hard sometimes to just be present. And I think, for you, breathing, you're always telling me, breathe when I get... You're like, breathe, center yourself. So, I think it does help to calm yourself down and be present. Yeah. So thank you so much for having this conversation with us. Yay! So guys, this has been a wonderful conversation as usual. Remember, what we do here is to help you improve the quality of your life so that you can enjoy this life experience. I don't want you waiting for death until you get to heaven. I want you to enjoy this life as you are right now, knowing that there's something that you can do. You are empowered to heal. You are empowered to be better. You are empowered to change. What you identify yourself as right now, it doesn't have to be who you are for the rest of your life. You can get to a place where you discover your true nature. And so thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned and remember to like, subscribe, and share. We love you, and remember that God loves you more.